All right, so persons are always asking about my hair and where I get my hair done, but it's not where, it's who. I do my own hair. And so if you're the kind of person who knows how to do your hair, that's a plus. When you get here to the US or to whichever country, you'll benefit from that because you don't have to spend that $400 or $500 to get your hair done every 2 months. Yes, you won't have to do that because hair care or going to the salon, it's very expensive. Because I remember when I went to the salon to get my hair done, box braid, it cost me about $350, $400, inclusive of the braids. I may tell you, say it wasn't that big because it was like, they call it like medium or something like that, something between small and medium, but it wasn't like small, but that was the price for it. But either way, I did love it. But I'm just saying the amount of money that I'll be spending every 60 days or every 30 days to get my hair done, it's not worth it for me. And so I've been doing my hair for the last couple of years since I've been in high school, and so it is something that I'm accustomed to, so why stop it when I get to the state? I just wanted to try it out, so that just in case I wanted to have a little bit of a break, because I have 4C here, my hair is very thick, it's very coarse. I wanted to have a second option, but when I realize the price, I'm not gonna do that. I will continue doing my own hair. And so what I do is I get my braids on Amazon. It's the expression braid that I'm always using, and just do my styles. I normally do the faux locks, or I'm doing the 2-strand twist. So at the root, I do the 3-strand plait, and then I do the 2-strand twist out at the end, and then from there. When I do my braids like this, usually I will keep it probably like 2 or 3 months, sometimes 4 months. In between, what I do is wash and retighten the root. For these, I will wash and then open the ends and just twist out. Sometimes I will go ahead and just do the plait and just twist out at the end. So I retighten the entire hair itself, comb out and make it look nice, and I mean that I get for another 2 months. So depending on the style and depending on how I'm feeling, that's how I do it. But I will try to make sure that I moisturize my hair every single morning, put oil, in my hair, and I will show you what I definitely use in my hair in another video. But I use a lot of oil, water in my hair, castor oil in my hair, and massage it in so that my hair looks very, very shiny and, stays hydrated under the braids that I'm wearing here. So I treat my braids just as how I would have treated my natural hair, so that way it can still, keep on growing underneath. And I also use sulfur to help with preventing any dry scalp as well. But definitely go ahead and start learning how to do your own braids, because as I say, when you get here to the state, it costs a lot. When you think about washing, that's a different price. When you think about blow drying, it's a different price. If you have color ends and you want to color your ends, that's a different price. If you want to clip, it's a different price. Because when I was in not California, when I was in New York at one point visiting, and I decided to go ahead and do my hair, my 4C hair, I thought I was just going to wash and dry and get it colored, and that was going to be one money, but it was different money, and that was like in 2013 thereabout. And when we realized that, I said, no, not again. Not again. But it was done really nice and nothing was wrong with it, but I just never expected all of the extra prices, to be added just because of the different things that I was doing. So I'm just saying, if you can do your own hair, that's a plus. I do my own eyebrows, so I don't go to the, the barber or, the who do your eyebrow. I don't go to anybody to get my eyebrow done. I do them myself. And then from there, if you want to go ahead and buy something to help with, cutting down the hair underneath your arm and on your legs, you do that as well. I use the Manscaped. It works really good, because me and the waxing don't really work too well, because the waxing always irritates under my arm, so I just stay away from it. But definitely go ahead and invest in different products that will work for you. Whatever you can do for yourself, do it, because America is very expensive. Don't let them fool you. It is very expensive. The money is good, but cost of living, it is expensive. So I'm just gonna say, whatever you can do for yourself, do it. Don't act like, the millionaires out there. Yes, unless you're a millionaire, then do it. But for the nurses that are moving over here for, for a better life, and, we're working on a contract and we know the rates that we get in, yes, there are certain things that you might have to just do for yourself. And these are some of the things that I personally do for myself. I've been doing it for years. It didn't hurt me. I'm still good, surviving. I'm still look good. So whatever you can do for yourself, continue doing it for yourself, okay? And until then, let me know in the comment box, what is it that you're doing for yourself currently? Are you doing your own eyebrow? Are you doing your own braids at home? Your nails? Well, I can't do my left hand, so I can't do my right hand, so I don't do my own nails. but sometimes I will do my own toenails, but otherwise I'll try to get that done by somebody else. But my nails I'll get done at the salon. But otherwise everything else I try to do for myself because it costs a lot of money to get them done. And the nails cost about $70 plus tip, you know, to get your nails done. If you're gonna do your pedi mani, it's a different, you know, money that you're gonna have to get done. It's a different cost associated with that, so just letting you know. All right, but otherwise that's about it in a nutshell. So go ahead and make sure you budget right and go ahead and start practicing what you need to do in order to make sure that it's, you know, go ahead and try to do whatever you can do in the meantime to, you know, save on some money. And if you want to go ahead and start learn how to help your husband with lining up, go ahead and do that. I was doing that from in college as well. So yeah, my husband, when we met in college, he allowed me to start doing little, you know, fades and whatever. Never done to perfection, so he kind of stopped me at one point, but I was adamant that I want to learn how to do it. So during summer, he allowed me to do it, and so I became not really a pro at it, but I can do a little fade, and not really the fade, but the line up. Yeah, me can do the back, me can do the sideburns and the front. But you know, I don't do it all the time, but whenever he needs a little bit of help, sometimes I will help him. So you go into some, you know, barbershop and they tell us to choose number 1, 2, 3 in terms of the shape that you want or the lineup that you want. No, we don't deal with that. So depending on where you go, you might find out that your husband might not be going to the barbershop because the barbershop that they have numbers that you have to select to go ahead and get that haircut, and they might not like it, so they will end up start doing their own haircut. So if in the meantime you can start practicing 1 and 2, you know, try to learn how to do it, then that would be good for you, especially if you have boys, where every 2 weeks you can go ahead and line up your boy pitney them. Hello. Yes, because at least, you know that you can get your items clean and your children are not going to be exposed to certain things. Not saying that, you know, the barbershops are not clean, but I'm just saying you can just go ahead and do your things at home and get your children ready for school and get their haircut done every week or 2 when it is time. So that's just my take on it. As I say, I'm very resourceful, so I just make use of whatever opportunity I can to learn, because I know eventually one day I might use it, even if I'm not going to be using it. Yes, I just like to learn certain things in the event that I need to use it. But go ahead and let me know, is it something that you're going to be thinking about, you know, doing 1 and 2 little shaving, you know, for the men, you know, your boy pitney them. Yeah, but as I say, it depends on where you go, because as I say, sometimes you might go to some places and they might not be able to do, you know, us as Caribbean folks, or depending on where you're from, they might not be able to trim your hair properly to your liking, and so you might end up not wanting to go to the barber shops. You don't want to start having locks, you don't want to look rugged, so you are going to want to start doing your own hair. So definitely start learning that little trade in the meantime. But anyways, until then, bye. Remember to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube page, I Think Nursing, be a part of the family. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.